Hi everybody, been a minute. My name is Rev, the Rev of the After That Ministries. Been a few months, I've been away from the front of the cameras, but I'm back.
Drums roll.
So I think I missed you guys. I don't know if you guys missed me, but
We do.
You guys will be fine. Alright, so the conversations the sisters were having, there's a perspective that I just want to ask, right? And then we can, represent the other gender that's not on set, and then bring in a few questions. Now, this is coming off the back of a question we had last week, where a brother in the ministry shared the story of how his wife denied him sex for 1 year, and amongst other issues, they are now in the process of divorce. Lawyers and all of that have been involved. So there were some questions that we just want to have the sister's perspective before just to better understand what's going on with relationships, marriages, and finding the best ways to move forward. Of course, there's another story of a brother who didn't have sex with his wife for 2 years. So many of these things are happening, and homes have been broken, marriages have been teared apart, because of this. And of course, ADM is the only platform to have this conversation the right way. We're here to educate, to entertain, and live great, right? So let's go into it. Sisters, hello.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Fine. Could be better with a good.
What would make you better?
$1 million. Sprinkle.
Deeply. Deeply. All right. So the first question is this: what are the things that when ladies say, if a guy comes to you and says, "Oh, your guy, whoever you guys want to get down," and then you say you are not in the mood, what are those factors that put you out of the mood for sex? What are those things? When you say you are not in the mood, what are those things that are going on in your head?
Is it once, like maybe once in a while?
Even that once. No, so I'm just saying the factors. What are the factors that happen? What are those things that happen that you now come to the conclusion that at this moment of my life, I am not interested in sex?
When I'm mad at him.
Sorry, can you speak
When
up?
I'm mad at him,
Mad.
I'm definitely, yes, if there's like, he did something wrong earlier.
Okay.
Even if it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago and it's in my head at that point, even if he has apologized over and over again, but I can still think about it. I'm not having sex with him, I'm mad at him.
So you did something, you had a conversation, you settled it. Hold on, wait.
Yes.
You settled it. You had a conversation about it.
Yes.
You settled it.
Yes.
But then, anytime you remember it,
Yes.
you now decide that you're not in the mood. How does that make sense?
Because why did he do that thing in the first place?
And you said communication is the key.
Yeah, he should have known. He should have known in the first place that my woman doesn't like this, and then he went ahead and he did it. If it was something minor, it wouldn't be an issue. If it was something major that you know at the back of your mind that I wouldn't like it, and you went ahead and you did that thing, and you're not telling me sorry. Like, you can tell me sorry, but that doesn't affect how I feel about it. I'm still mad at you still.
So that means when you have that conversation,
Yes.
and he apologized, you did not accept the apology.
I might have accepted it
No,
because I just have to.
you can't. There's no might around it. It's either you did or you didn't.
Okay, I did accept it, but I didn't accept it fully.
So you did accept it.
No, I did not. No, I'm not going to accept an apology that was made because you should rather do what you know that I would like than doing what you know I would not like.
So the deed has been done.
Yes.
But he has tried to apologize, and
Yes.
you have claimed to have forgiven him.
Yes.
So what at that moment? What is the issue?
Because I can still remember.
What?
Because I can still
So
remember.
at that point, why are you still in the relationship?
Because we are just in a relationship. But if I cannot remember,
You will remember.
What you should do?
No, not what he should do. We want your perspective.
What I think.
How would you get over it? Because
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. I will get over it by him making me try to forget it. They should do things you know that I would like, and I would really like. Try and make it, even if it takes 6 months, you have to keep doing those things that you know that will please me.
Okay.
Then after then, I know that, oh, this guy has really tried to show that he's sorry. Don't just tell me you are sorry. Show me that, let me see it in your actions that you're sorry. So when I see that, oh yeah, he's truly sorry for what he did, then I will not remember it anymore. But if I can still remember, I can,
So,
yeah.
okay, so in that situation, the sex is a reward, and you are denying yourself whatever pleasure you're supposed to get from sex because you're angry with your man.
I'll masturbate to.
No, so say you are, just own it. You are denying yourself.
I'm not denying myself pleasure, but I can still pleasure myself
Yes, you are.
by myself.
Is it the same?
Yes.
So why are you still staying? So we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you, Sister Promoyo. What are those things that put you out of the mood? And if you want to respond to why you're fine, yeah, let's do this.
If I'm angry with you, yeah, like she said, then I feel like there are sometimes that you have a personal issue that you just want it to be like you want to figure things out on your own, and you just need a time alone. You don't need someone to make you feel better. You don't need someone you just want to be alone. So at that point in time, yes, but it's not going to be like I'm going to deprive you of some certain things, but I'm going to have a conversation and let you know that for now I'm going through a lot of things. If it's something I want to share, I'm going to let you know. If there's a way you can make me feel better, that is still not going to be sex. And if it's something that I feel like, okay, I want to figure it out on my own, I don't need anybody. And second, I feel like if I don't like you, or maybe the feelings I have for you is fading out already, yes, I can actually deprive you of sex.
Okay, so for you, if you need alone time,
yes,
or the feeling is not there.
yes.
So now, if you need alone time, you communicate
Yes.
effectively. Your partner understands. Both of you agree.
Yes, we are going to agree for a certain time,
Okay.
or a certain period.
Okay.
Then that is not going to happen.
Okay. So if the feeling is dying, how do you move forward? Is there a way forward? Do you stay, communicate, and tell him, oh, this is not working right now for me?
Okay, for
and
me,
then
if
let's work on
the
it.
feelings is not there, I'm going to communicate with you. Then maybe probably if we can go on a break for some times, or if there's anything I think like you used to do to make me feel better that you stop doing, maybe you can go back to the things you used to do to make me feel better. Then if something we can't work out between ourselves, then we just have to let it go.
Okay, good.
Go on a separate way.
Sister Bomoya.
Mine is if I'm stressed, frustrated, or angry. That's like only time I know that. Oh yes, I was mad at you. Even if you like, maybe we have issues now. Even if you apologize at that moment, just don't touch me till the end of that day. Maybe probably tomorrow I'll get over it, definitely. Or maybe I'm going through a lot. I'm stressed or I'm angry, work or whatever reason. That's the only time.
Okay, so that's great. For those reasons, we communicate.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have a plan? Do you say, oh, give me time, or what?
Yeah, so I'll just tell you that, okay, for now I'm angry and frustrated. Don't come, don't touch me. But when I'm like, obviously, the following day or the third day, I'll come and meet you myself.
Okay, you go.
Yes,
so you go back and
yes.
go to interesting. Sister.
To me, if I'm stressed, I like to be on my own. So at that moment, sex is not going to happen. Though I'll communicate my feelings, so you shouldn't also feel left out of me. And if he understands, give me that space and that time. And also his attitude during sex and after sex, because sex, I feel like sex is like an intimacy. So before we have that sex, it just can't be a rush something, like you just put your clothes and even if it's going to be a quickie, at least something has to initiate that quickie. So you can't just rush into sex and after the sex has been done, just wear your clothes and either you turn your back and sleep or you walk out of the room. So that one can also be like a big one for me.
So next time, if that happens, next time you might be reluctant.
Reluctant to have sex.
All right, so let's go back to us, Adali's sister. Sister's in the house. She says that if her partner annoys her, and then for as long as she remembers, even though she says she has accepted her apology, that it could be 6 months, it could be how long again?
Yeah.
So
That doesn't mean during those 6 months I'm gonna have sex with you. But if I remember any day you want to have sex with me and it is on my head, I will not have to be that day.
so what do you think, Susan?
As for me, I feel like it's either you communicate and let it go, or you leave the relationship finally. Because okay, I know we ladies, like we women, we like reassurance as many times as we want to have it. But having reassurance is a one thing. Action aligning with the words of reassurance is another thing. So if what is saying, if the apology is not aligned with the attitude is given at that moment, I will actually have the communication and let him see reason why I want to let him go at that moment. But if I keep remembering it, of course I'm not forgiving you.
So that means what she's saying is if you are still remembering,
You don't forgive the apology is not, I did not accept the apology.
Yeah.
So you need to keep reassuring, and I will keep reassuring you too that it's not as if I'm out of the relationship, but at this moment this is what I need, and we are going to have the communication, and we are going to keep going and keep
For 6
working on
months.
it. We want
It might
sex.
not be up to 6 months.
We
you
will
understand?
have
But as
sex.
long as
But there are sometimes
that
like
issue is still on ground, like low key.
So okay, well let's hear from the other sister. Then we go.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I'm also guilty of this. I'm not going to lie because it's not like straight 6 months. You might be fine like today, very very fine. But that evening, if you just hold your phone and I'll just remember that maybe you did something. She get and boom, I've already spark. I didn't have brain touch. I will not talk even if you come out and see. I'm angry. What that thing of maybe 6 months. So you do 6 months ago. I never. But just at that moment, now my brain they touch. You can just avoid me or maybe after I was like, guy, alpha. I might still come back and meet you like that's still they pay me. Then we'll talk again, shake it. I'm not going to lie, I'm guilty as charged. In fact, I've done it for like 2 years straight.
Yes.
I feel just remember maybe
Yes.
January to March we are fine or April. May like this, I don't remember again. I'm not going to lie. But that doesn't mean we're not going to be fine. That doesn't mean after that day or the second day I'm not going to give you what you want.
Yes.
So then the question is, as long as you remember, does that mean that it's still a relevant issue?
Yes.
at that moment.
At that moment,
Actually,
yes.
wait. Mine is if it's taking too long, I feel like this is my own problem now. If I've seen that he has apologized and he has done everything he can. So, but if I'm still remembering, I feel like it's my own problem to now solve it to make myself forget.
Yes.
If he has done everything he can. Yes.
So what are those everything? I mean,
Like if I still remember, I can say like me if you still come to a guy, I don't tell you, I'm sorry now. Yeah, what do you want? Like try to play, then try to make me forget, okay, do you want this? All these guys, if I've seen that okay, this guy don't try out, she gets, then I feel like okay now it's not my own problem now to now make me now forget it.
Exactly.
okay, what do you think, Susan?
To me, I feel like the only thing that can actually make an issue that long, it should be like cheating or betrayal.
Yeah.
That is something that can actually make me want to drag an issue that long. But in as much as you called me or I called you, you apologized, we sorted it out and all that. Though yes, I'll still remember, I'm a female too. I'll still remember definitely. But doesn't mean I would now have to like hold on to it to use it against you. Because I also think it like this thing I'm doing is making sense. To an extent, it's only a patient guy that would endure you, like I don't want to call it nagging, but you always bringing up that same issue. Because at the point it will be like, Alpha, I don't already beg you about this thing. Why is the dragon? Like, it's only someone that is patient that will take it that would like keep on being calm to want to please you, to forgive you. Because I feel like if he has apologized to you, you guys have spoken, you've seen a couple of more times, and you've played, you chatted, it's not enough reason to want to deprive him of sex. To to me is what aside cheating and betrayal.
Mine might be, maybe you said this word I don't like.
There are a lot of
You might-
words that
you can
people say out
yes.
of anger
And
that
that's-
you stick to your head. Doesn't
one
have
of
to
the
be.
reasons why-
Doesn't have to be cheating or
If the
anything.
guy has okay, normal people get angry, and for a guy to say something and to say like to make a statement that would hurt you, a guy that loves you, that really loves you, to make a statement that would hurt you, definitely immediately he makes that statement and the argument is off, he would come to apologize. He would already know that he has said something out of point. He would come to apologize, and it's an argument. For him to make a statement out of line is an argument. You as a female too, we are females now, we also now want to take our stance in an argument. Would once the guy has like look for a way, come and apologize and all that, yes, you still remember the words and you still be telling the guy, Alpha, this thing he said really pained me, really did this. Alpha, babe, I'm sorry, okay, what would you like? Would you do this? I promise I'll never say that again. You keep giving him that chance and all that. At some point, you'll be like, so, what else do you want me to do?
Like someone that happened before,
Okay.
like my ex, he said something out of anger, you get. Then after a while, he came up to meet me and was like, I'm sorry for what I said. And at that moment, I was like, no, I was pissed. I was like, no problem, you get. And then he still went ahead and said that same thing like a couple of times after. Do you understand that kind of situation? If I now tell you that I'm mad, like it is my, I don't just say it is my right to now be mad at you.
If he says
Do you
it
understand?
again, it's a
Yes.
new issue.
A new issue.
Yes.
But
If
you're
he said,
already-
wait, hold on. If
yeah.
he said it the first time
Yeah.
and he apologizes for it,
But because that apology was not sincere, it was sincere, we would have said it anymore.
Yes.
no, wait, hold on.
It will need to be. It will be careful with his
Words
words.
after.
So he said it the first time, he apologized.
Yes.
So the idea is that that issue ended there
Yes.
because he apologized. If he now says it again, it is now a different issue entirely.
The different issue is going to refresh the memory and bring back the past.
Exactly. But
And then after that second issue, now you know that those issue is now together. So it has
Yes,
now
of course.
become
You will
one
now
issue
be
that I
expecting.
would
You will now
be
keep
talking about.
expecting him saying
Exactly.
it every.
which means that the way the resolution is now different.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying now is if by some crooked means of law or some intentionality, right, both of you agree that you've reached the end of that issue.
Yes.
Whatever the conditions, whatever it is, both of you agree that okay, at this point we've sorted this issue. At that moment, are you saying that if you remember again, you are still going back to that moment?
Yes, I will. I
Because
would definitely go
I've
back.
once been in that situation. He said something to me out of anger and we settled. We even had sex after the apology. But when I was alone, I was trying to like have memories of how we spend our days together, and I had to add it to it. Like, in the process, he said this thing, and I was off for like 3 hours or 4 hours. He was calling, I didn't pick it up, and later in the evening, I was like, you know, we spent days together, like 3 days or 4 days, and when I was alone, I was having that memories like, oh, we had this, we did this, and I remember, and I told him, this thing, I don't know why it keeps coming back to my head, even after you apologize. I told him, like, I think the only thing I need now is, I need reassurance. You need to keep reassuring me that you didn't mean that word, and please don't say it to me again. And like after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, jokingly, we were talking and he was like, I remember me saying this thing and you were angry. Why? And it got me pissed again. Like, I told you not to talk about this issue again. Why you talking?
So now, at that moment when he asked the why, what if he wanted to understand your anger?
But I told him to let it go.
Not
then
to-
he should let it go.
So, Kim,
No, that is different because he brought it up jokingly.
Like I didn't want to have that memory again. I want us to erase it.
He brought the argument and all that is already off. Like
Yes.
that was already good.
Yes.
You already told him not to bring it up again,
Yes.
and he understood that fact.
Yes.
But him bringing it up again, like according to what you said, jokingly, like you guys were in a fun mood when you brought it up again. So he asked why. The why was like he wanted to know your anger, like what really made you angry. So for him to not, or to caution himself to not use that what again on it.
But me, at that moment, I don't need that. I don't need, that's not what I need at that moment, because I know if we want to go back into that, if we want to go back to that issue, it's going to have, like, we are going to have a little argument before we were able to get back to what caused the issue of me getting angry in the first place.
Okay, so-
And I don't want it at that moment.
You don't understand. You don't understand.
I understand what you are saying. He wants to know why to caution himself.
Caution himself. Don't
Yeah,
even though
but
it brings back the pain. Even though it brings back the pain. But you clearing it, you know, like they say, a problem shared, a problem
That's what I'm saying. That at that moment that we were talking and we were, and I just want us to enjoy that moment. I don't want anything that will make me remember that thing again at that moment. If we want to have the conversation, if something is going to sit me down, be like, babe, this thing, I noticed he got angry. Can we talk about it? Why? But that moment, we were joking, we were happy. Yes.
Did you still talk about it?
Yes, yes, later. But you know, at that moment, I before we will settle that matter that brings me like that got me angry, we need to argue again, and I don't want that argument to happen at that
Arguments
moment.
sometimes.